You came back. I really appreciate that. Listen, I know that my biblical entanglement and homecoming is perhaps different than what many have been holding on for, but you're getting the raw, authentic version of me, and I am taking this sacred opportunity to tell my story. Be my own voice. Rise from the ashes, you know? And if you're still here, oh my gosh, I so appreciate you. Together we will help to change the awareness in the world, right? One step at a time. Okay, we're at chapter 59, holding your own. The way I manage my own energy field has notably changed over the years of personal growth. I remember the early days of my soulful journey when I was just learning how to believe in my own soul potential. It was a very common occurrence and natural state of being to emanate my energy outwards into the world, both to help those in need, but then also perhaps in an attempt to stand in my own truth. Like making myself bigger would somehow prove that I was. Then there was the time when I fully learned how to accept my truth and soul potential with no longer any need to prove or emanate any intentions out into the world. With this mindful approach, I pulled my auric field inwards and learned how to get comfortable and more subtly aware of my own soul signature. It was like learning how to manage my own energy field while remaining unaffected by the collective, which I accomplished by keeping my head down with a clear focus on my own path and teachings, providing a full reprieve from the constant outer noise in this world. It reminded me of going off the grid and learning how to hold my own. Then there was the day I finally managed to do both. I did. It was a Tuesday, and I had gone to the pool for an early morning swim. Still half in my dream world and half in the world of the collective physical reality. I found myself drifting into a Zen-like state of awareness in all things. My energy field was strong and confident. It was. But not because I told myself it was. Because personal experiences and life decisions had created that force field around me. My energy field was full of love and joy. Not because I was trying to fake my way into that state of mind, but because I was truly living it, happy and at peace with my own inner and outer creations. My energy field was calm and serene, not because the aquatic center was quiet and free from the hustle and bustle of activity. No. No, but because, regardless of what others were doing around me, I had learned to stay within my own vibration and peaceful awareness. In fact, I was quite happy to stay in my own lane, aware I was swimming perhaps against the current, but unaffected and completely oblivious to all others who were also utilizing the space. It was clear that we were all there for different reasons, each with our own pace, timelines, and techniques. But regardless of our separate agendas, we could still somehow coexist and achieve what we had all gathered there to do. Magical. No one was trying to overpower or compete with another. No one was trying to prove how fast they were or how much potential they held. No one was seeking the attention of everyone else in the room. No one was minimizing their efforts. No one was pushing into the boundaries of another. It was just a simple and beautiful balance of all things. It was. We were all there, working to improve ourselves, and yet, somehow, we were all benefiting from the shared space of our coexistence. Beautiful metaphor for life, I believe. But then my balance changed. Suddenly, my state of inner peace disappeared and was replaced with anxiety and aggression. A huge pit in the bottom of my stomach formed as I struggled to keep my emotions above the water. My mood dropped 2 chakra octaves, my throat tightened, and my lane seemingly felt much smaller than it had only minutes prior. I was shocked by the change in surroundings, so much so that I jolted upright in the need to investigate if perhaps a tsunami wave had hit the pool, or possibly the sky had somehow come crashing down around me. They weren't. The waves were gentle. The sky was very much intact. In fact, there was no notable change in the room except for the glaring addition of one more swimmer in the pool. I took a moment of reflection to truly assess the situation. One person had completely changed my own inner balance and vibe of the entire building. She was edgy, with hard lines across her face and oozing with hatred in all directions. She had an entitled persona and commanded attention with every stroke, projecting herself beyond both her own lane and her personal and our personal boundaries and hers. She was also clearly late, but still angrily propelled herself ahead despite the time restrictions. Most importantly, she was oblivious to the fact that we could feel and experience her stuff as she jumped into the pool and entered the collective space of so many. Over the years, I've watched many people command more space than is rightfully theirs and purposely project their energy fields outwards to gain both power and attention. Others unconsciously project their stuff quite regularly and are somehow oblivious to the fact that they have negated another's energetic space and inner calm with their own. I think that is perhaps the reason I originally started to pull my own energy field inwards. In no way, shape, or form did I ever want to emanate that type of energy. I had felt projected by those who attempted to command so much attention. I had witnessed this ego-based process on many occasions, and that reality alone had me backpedaling to find a better way. That day, as I tried to pull my energy inwards, with no reprieve from the obvious shark in the pool, I struggled to hold my own. Let your energy out, my guides told me that day, as I flailed to pull my energy field inwards. The only way to surpass this overpowering energy is to silence it with your own, they continued. Nope, not me. I adamantly refused. That was not my line of thinking. I had spent my entire life trying to be respectful and not push my energy field or intentions onto another. I don't like the way that feels towards me. So I certainly didn't plan on replicating it or treating anyone else in that aggressive a manner. We didn't say push your energy out, my guide said that day. We said let your energy out. Of course, I understood the difference and instantly gave a huge sigh of relief as my energy field expanded beyond both my lane and the entire room. What it felt like was perhaps the same feeling of removing tight clothing after a huge Thanksgiving meal, or akin to no longer holding your breath after trying to make yourself feel smaller or more invisible than you truly are. What it felt like was freedom. In that moment, I just finally and fully allowed myself to be me. A tsunami of love rippled out from the core of my being to what felt like the edges of the earth and back as I flowed pure inner and outer peace. I even watched the energy of my swimming companion begin to shift into a softer, more subtle state of mind. For I was not there to judge her. I wasn't there to judge her on how she showed up at the pool. I was not trying to compete with her level of awareness, shine my light into the depths of her troubled soul, give her advice, or be seen in any way, shape, or form. Instead, what I offered myself was full permission to just be me, regardless of the bordering energy. If my inner and outer wave of interconnectivity could somehow benefit others or help them stay above the water of their drowning emotions, then so be it. That was the day I learned how to fully and effectively manage my own energy field. I vowed to never push my energy out in an effort to be seen or to prove my self-worth. I vowed to never pull my energy in as a last-ditch effort to become invisible or unscathed by the boundaries or negative energy pushed of another. I just consciously learned how to stay within my own vibration of love, hold my own, and let my energy field speak for itself. Dear darkness, in myself and all others, you may try to convince me that balance exists when half of my thoughts come from love, while the other half comes from anger, fear, competition, jealousy, and rage. But to you I say, that may be the old pattern we presently find ourselves in, and the collective conscious in, for sure. But be damned if this world is intended to stay in that low of a vibration. I gain strength every day by staring my dark thoughts down, understanding the emotions behind the triggers, and rage, and then choosing to change the course of my own energetic contributions to this world without interfering with or overpowering the energetic space of another. One loving, unified thought at a time. And get this, so do thousands of other evolving souls each and every single day. Heads up, darkness. Your time on this earth is coming to an end. Kindest regards, bringer of the truth. Mastering your soul works. Please remember the only person you are completely responsible for is you and your own energetic soul signature. Fact. Beyond that, we can only offer moral support, mutual respect, and understanding to all others. There are so many light workers out there who fear they're not doing enough, being enough, or supporting others enough. They feel the weight of the world on their shoulders and often believe they must know all the answers before making a difference. I have watched many spiritually aware people energetically battle it out as they fight for their lane, convinced they must be seen or heard before they can make any significant difference in this orbiting synchronicity of a world. It is like they believe everyone's holding their breath, waiting for them to jump into the pool, speak their truth, or follow their heart. And that without being seen or heard, the world is doomed to fail. Others try to pretend like the world or the people in it are not in turmoil or out of balance at all. They pull their energy in and minimize all things happening around them. They neither want to be seen nor heard and hope to just stay afloat through life without any major encounters with negative influences or aggression. Funny thing, this world. It keeps moving forward with or without us being seen or heard. And moment of truth here. It's not about minimizing your role or overextending into someone else's lane to gain the attention of others on a local or global platform. It's not. It is about fully being and living. No, it is about fully being the living embodiment of source potential on a personal one. So perhaps do yourself a favor. Relax into your own lane while finally taking the weight of the world off your shoulders. You do you. I'll do me. And together, we will change this world one enlightened moment at a time. Besides, it is really the behind the scenes stuff that truly makes a positive impact on ourselves and all others. It is about becoming the best individual expression of source potential we can be without losing ourselves in the oneness of all things. Balance is an inner expression of the outer world. Know we are intricately connected, but also know we are all unique and equal contributors to the whole. The important part? Being conscious of how we, as individuals, are contributing. So very true. Your move. Stay in your own lane. I love spending time in the pool and experiencing how it feels to work on my personal goals while allowing all others around me to do the same. No need to compare, compete, fight for, or overtake, or be overtaken by the waves of another. Or overtake somebody with your waves, by the way. Just being free to have my own expression of life. Content to share the collective space with all others. Within this balanced state, there's no need to push your energy out in a dominating fashion or to lessen your energy field attempting to stay above the current. There is so much peace felt with acknowledging and accepting. We each have our own unique space in this world and are more than capable of coexisting together. We are. We might not be there yet, but we are capable. Next, go beyond the surface. Don't stay in the shallow end of life, too afraid to show up and be you. We are meant to live free and unencumbered by the energetic influences of all others, while acknowledging that we are still very much interconnected. When we learn to hold our own, we learn how to coexist and remain balanced with all things. Not by staying in the shallow end, being afraid to dive in. Not by being overcome by the waves of another. Instead, by diving in and learning how to navigate beyond the surface of our unique energetic experiences. Next, let go. Let go. I find that with every interaction we have with someone here on earth, an energetic cord exists between us. Whether a pleasant encounter or one that has left us feeling drained or overwhelmed, there are always strings attached between the interconnectivity of all things. There is. But in honesty, I don't believe that is required. I think those cords exist simply because we humans can't seem to let go. We hold judgments, expectations, memories, and emotions pertaining to many events or experiences that have ever transpired. A part of us seeks closure, reassurance, companionship, validation, vindication, and the list goes on and on. But what if we were just to let go? What if we truly had no need to hold on to the outcome or old memories and could just be in the moment? No expectations at all. I find the most effective way to remove the cords of attachment is to embody love. Just embody love. Not to energetically cut the person out of your life. Not to detach from an unpleasant experience. Simply to have compassion in the moment. To understand the underlying current. But to also personally hold your own and keep your head above the water. Next, manage your emotions. It is one thing to have compassion for someone that is overcome with their own emotions. It is quite another to allow those same emotions to tip you out of your own equilibrium and overcome you. Learn how to keep your own steady keel, no matter how turbulent the waters around you. Everyone has the ability to control their emotions. We can feel the emotions of another. Yes, of course. We can sympathize with the situation, for sure. But we do not need to take them on as our own. Remember to breathe, regain your own auric field, and relax. Your vibration has got this. Be the calm within the storm. On a larger scale, there are many upheavals happening right now. But trust me, you can hold your own. You can. Your soul is strong and resilient, just like that beautiful heart of yours. Have faith in your own capabilities and potential until it becomes your first nature. Even a close second nature will do. Next, remove the need to be special. Over the years, I have heard far too many people describe their sensitivity to energy or the intrinsic ability to empathize with others as special gifts or burdens they must carry. Reality check here. It's neither a gift nor a burden. It's not. We all have the innate ability to feel, see, hear, and know energy. That is the very fabric of our collective existence. Some may have developed this skill ahead of another, but that doesn't make you special or gifted. It makes you aware. We have all come into this world with our sixth senses intact. We all have the ability to experience the emotions or auric presence of another. The only thing that makes this situation special is that despite the generations of suppression, we have learned how to tap into and expand these intuitive aspects of our core being. The only thing that makes our collective reality a burden is that we have never been taught how to navigate these familiar but unfamiliar waters of interconnectivity. Every person on and off this planet is evolving without exception. How gracefully that evolution is obtained is up to each individual on a very personal and unique basis. I suggest you embrace the change and learn how to handle the increase in energetic sensitivity so that you may fully enjoy this miraculous, absolutely miraculous, and much needed transformation. And lastly, stop labeling. There is no other soul in this entire universe that is completely like you. Truth. We may be interconnected and exist within the oneness of all things, but make no mistake, each spirit contains their own unique soul signature and is a divine essence unto themselves. I won't repeat it, but I hope you heard that. We are not all one. We are not. We are each a singular, unique expression of soul potential within the oneness of all things. There is no need to compare, compete, or try to figure out every life you have ever lived by struggling to keep up with any other. Free yourself from this perspective and just be the very best version of yourself you can possibly be in this present moment in time. This universe and all who reside within it have been around far too long for all souls not to fit within the category of old soul anymore. In fact, from my perspective, the only difference at this point are the old souls and the wise old ones. When you stop comparing, competing, or attempting to label the thousands of identities within your own unique soul signature, you graduate into the wisdom crowd by becoming one with the beautiful essence that is you. Learning to embody source potential need not be labeled beyond the oneness that exists within you. Truth.